So today we're going to talk about learning to say no. I've seen a lot of things on Facebook and other places, this being November, and then also the learning to say no so that you can say yes. Learning to say no is one of the hardest things to do. I think it's related to what I talked about last week, which was balancing all of it. So how often do you regret saying yes? Somebody's asked you to do something and you've said yes, and later you wish you hadn't because of a lack of time, because of the commitment that you didn't expect. So the question comes down to, does a yes get in the way of more important things in your life? First of all, I think we've got to figure out what is important. Are you balancing right now? And generally it's down to three categories: family, business, and personal. And there's lots of subcategories under those things. So if you are one of the people trying to balance the first set of things and you feel like you're out of balance, then the second thing you need to ask yourself, am I saying yes too easily? Do I not say no enough? Why do we say yes? I think there's lots of feelings of feeling obligated, don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or let anybody down. We're maybe afraid we'll have a missed opportunity, something that would come out really good if we went or we did it. Or I think what most of us do is we didn't really think it out. And by thinking it out, I think you need to ask, we're really balancing either time or money when you make commitments. You know, money's an easy enough commodity to say, can I afford to do this or can I not? But time is the hard one. Time is such a limited commodity that the time commitment is what we've really got to think out. So the way we manage this, and this is what it is management. The biggest, most important thing, advice I could give anybody, and this is something I have a really hard time with, is when you're asked to make a commitment, don't answer immediately. If you answer immediately, what's your answer going to be? Yes, most always. But if you have time to think it out and ask yourself, what is the real time commitment I'm committing to here? What will I give up in order to accept this responsibility or this time commitment? And then I think you've got to ask, is that a good trade? You're trading time from one thing to do something else. Is it a good trade? And will that time pay off down the road? Because sometimes we do things that pay off down the road. For examples, there's lots of opportunities to grow or maintain your business. I get caught in that a lot. So a lot of times if there's a networking event, I have a really hard time saying no. But I've learned that I have to, because if I made every single networking event, I'd never make it home to do the other things I need to do. For some people, if there's an opportunity where you could show yourself a standout to get a promotion at work, you want to make that time commitment. And then further education is another really important one. You know, so if somebody's offering you some education, your employer, or there's an opportunity in the community, probably don't want to say no to those things. But then you've got to balance it. Are you giving up time with your family or vacation time that you planned? So those are important trade-offs to consider. So don't answer immediately. Really weigh these things out. And I think it goes back to balancing all of it, which I talked about last week. Ask for help. Balance those things. If you have to make the cupcakes for your child's class, don't make the cupcakes if you don't have time. Go buy them at H-E-B. If somebody offers to help you, let them help you. Bringing up others. Quite often in my business, I get opportunities where I'm asked to serve on boards. Currently, I serve on 3 boards. I'm never going to commit to more than 3 boards. And I'm never going to be an officer in more than 1. So that's my way of balancing. Those are my rules I've set in place. But I don't say no necessarily, just a flat no when someone asks me. I say, I can't serve because of my other commitments, but would you like me to ask somebody else on my staff? So that's the way I've started handling those kind of things. Bringing up others into the realm of serving the community or on boards and giving of their time if they feel they can. And then I always hate saying no when it's a money commitment in the community, especially when it's kids. But sometimes I have to, but I always tell them, put me on your list for next year. And a lot of times if I've said no one year, I'm going to say yes the next year, and even if I tell somebody else no. So this all goes back to balancing all of it, and it's really hard to do, but I think the key is never say yes right away. Think it out. Have a good week and try to make a difference in somebody's life this week.